Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Morino Ravenberg here again. Sorry. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Morino Ravenberg here again. You'll have to excuse me. It seems that I've gone semi-deaf in one ear. I don't know what the reason for that is. I think too much buildup of wax in my ear. That's just beside the point. This video, in any case, is going to be about how to make a living as an occultist. It's a topic that I haven't covered yet. And since I do have more than enough free time or time to spare, I thought that I'd cover this topic. I already wrote an article in the past on this called Esoteric Entrepreneurship. I'm going to link that in the description below for you, along with other helpful links and so on to other articles of mine. But yeah, like I said, the topic today that I'm going to cover is how to make a living as an occultist. Unfortunately, there are the majority of most occultists, based on my knowledge and experience, okay, from back when I still mingled and engaged with other occultists. Unfortunately, we're talking about the parasitic kind. Not to offend anyone, of course, but at firstly, I don't care if anybody's offended. Unfortunately, the majority of them, they work dead-end jobs. They have, I know because I was once there too, like I explained in previous videos ages ago. I was there too, like a decade ago or something, in between a decade ago and 5 years ago. The majority of occultists, they work dead-end jobs. They work jobs that have no future, that have no expansive opportunities, so jobs in which you can't advance or get a promotion or something, and they don't properly utilize their occult affinities or faculties, okay? I had a friend, for example, in Canada that is a perfect example of that, a picture-perfect example. He's struggling to get by. Stereotypical occultist. He works some dead-end job for a network, a news network or something. And he has a daughter that he needs to take care of. And last but not least, he does have a good set of clairvoyance. We're talking about incredible clairvoyance. But does he put it to use? No. Not even a little bit. And I've noticed this time and time again in the course of my current life cycle, my lifetime. Over the course of my life, I've noticed this about the majority of occultists, okay? 90% of them, they don't use their occult affinities or faculties. So I'm going to discuss in a mundane sense how you can, as an occultist, or at least as a psychic, someone that is occult inclined, how you can make a living off of, how you can just make a living by utilizing the occult or occult forces. First up, what you need to do, again, the rule of know thyself is invaluable here. You need to know yourself, okay? You need to have an overview of yourself via natal astrology, so you can know what your skills are, what your talents are, what you're good at and what you're not good at. I, for example, have no other qualities or skills but the occult. I was a born occultist. My entire natal chart will immediately hint at the occult like this, boom, almost like a police dog just going like boom. And I have no other skills. So I'm talking about mundane skills. So even if I wanted to do something else for a living, I would not be, I wouldn't be successful in doing so. I wouldn't be very good at it. I mean, I'd be good at it productively speaking as an employee, but I wouldn't have anything to show for it, okay, in a daily life, salary-wise, financially speaking, or financial-wise, and so on. So that's the first thing that you need to do, okay? I've met people, for example, back in the day when I did free astrological readings for people. That I explained in the video how it all began for me as an occultist. I explained in that video. I remember having customers back then, not customers, but let's just say people whose natal charts I did for free to gain experience. And I've had a bunch of people that, for example, that had an affinity for something, that had natural talent in some area of life, career-wise, but weren't interested in that whatsoever. For example, I met someone from Japan, I think, that wanted to become an actor, but that person had natural talent in the business world, so doing business. And I told that person, okay, you're a natural-born businessman. I'm talking about investments, stocks, bonds, shares, you name it. All of those things, okay, if focus on those things and get engaged in the business world, and you'll be a great success. But he told me that he wanted to become an actor. So you also need to, in that aspect, after you you know yourself, okay? After you have an overview of your skills and talents, you need to ask yourself what you want. Because it is possible that you're interested, that what you want to do for a living doesn't align well with your natural talents. You could be, for example, you could be skilled in real estate, for example, just selling houses and property and land overall, but adversely not be interested in that at all, being interested in foods, for example, working in a restaurant as a cook, dealing with food or agriculture, you name it. So you need to decide for yourself which path to take. But that's the first step you need to take. You need to know yourself. And after that, from a mundane perspective, you can make a proper living. There are plenty of ways to make a proper living as an occultist. I mean, mundane jobs can easily be tweaked and improved via the occult, via occult forces, to heighten productivity to the point where you make more money, where you make a lot more money. We're talking about, just as an example, back when this is a flashback or a reference back to the Clonek article and the Clonek video. Back when I still worked mundane jobs, I myself have done my time in the trenches. I've worked a normal job or normal jobs for 8 years, I think. Yeah, for 8 years. I've worked for 2 security companies. I worked as a dispatcher for 4.5 years for the first company I worked for. I worked as a security guard, outdoor work for the second security company I worked for. And then I worked at a call center for 1.5 years. A dispatcher, for those of you that don't know, a dispatcher is just someone that does 911 based work, like a 911 operator. You're supposed to call customers if the alarm goes off at their house and related affairs. It's typical. It's typical. It's literally like being a 911 operator. You're supposed to help customers that call inwards, inbound calls. You're supposed to pick up inbound calls, outbound calls. You name it. That's what a dispatcher does, in short. But do I have anything to show for those things besides work experience, documented work experience, and which means very little in my location? No, I have nothing to show for it. I've worked normal jobs for 8 years and I have nothing to show for it. About 7 to 8 years and nothing. Not a single thing do I have to show for all that work experience and being good at my job, because I was good at my job. I was promoted at my first job to a team leader, from a normal employee to a team leader, and yeah, that's all. That's it. The other jobs I was unnaturally good, but again, like I said, these were dead-end jobs. They had no expansive opportunities, no way of advancing, climbing the ladder career-wise. So no. And again, like I said, I have nothing to show for it, but as a person, as an occultist, you can via spiritual work simply utilize utilize your abilities to the best by summoning a spirit to guide you, like Clonek, for example, to guide you to a better job. I'm sorry for the background noise, but it's raining outside. It's storming outside right now. Rain's pouring in my location. That's also why it's a bit dark. Let's see, what else? So yeah, those are things that you need to keep in mind. There are several things that you can do, okay? There are enough opportunities. If you want to work a mundane job and you simply haven't done what I said, you haven't adhered to my first step, which is know thyself, for whatever reason, you can still take things as they come. You can literally just, like I said, you can engage a spirit, or you can approach a spirit, engage with a spirit or approach a spirit for better work opportunities, or just for a better job overall, one that pays better and one that offers better working conditions. The spirits that come to mind right away are Lucifer and Clonek. These guys are really good. Because these guys specifically focus on career, okay, on work-related progress, on financial gain via work. So yeah, these guys are prime contenders for something like that. So it doesn't matter, okay? You can simply do something mundane. I'd advise you to for example, adopt commission-based work, or to work a job that has a commission-based level system or structure, in which you can make more money as more as you sell. Yeah, spirits like Lucifer and Clonek will definitely help with that. They can definitely help you by getting you a lot more customers, which will obviously increase your financial output at the end of the month, your income. And you name it, you can open up your own small business, for example, open up a small restaurant, and spirits like these will be able to help you, not just these kinds of spirits, okay, there are plenty. Paimon comes to mind, I think, the Goetic spirit Paimon, although I'm not sure, because Paimon does have a tendency to overdo things, like most lunar spirits. It doesn't matter. Raquel is also good. He's also one that overdoes things. No offense meant to them, they know that. You name it, okay? But bottom line is that, yeah, there are plenty of routes that you can take. There are plenty of pathways, okay? A mundane job doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but you need to know exactly what you want to do. What kind of job do you like? What appeals to you? What would you like to do for a living? And implement the occult into that, okay? And again, like I said, it's a reference to the Clonek article, because I just wanted a job where I can work from home, I can work behind a computer, and my work circumstances and conditions are absolutely up in top, okay, are absolutely tip top, and a job obviously where I don't have to work with anybody or with as little people as possible, because I don't like working with others. And Clonek did get me that. He got me the best thing available in my location. This is just an example. Let's see, what are the other things? Oh, hold on for a second. I had to take the laptop for a second. Yeah, let me just see, because I wrote everything down. Yeah, so everything: real estate, agriculture, food, sales-oriented businesses that work on commission basis. Agriculture is another thing. I also wrote an article about that called "The Occult in Agriculture." There are plenty of spirits too, especially lunar spirits that can help you as a farmer, or weather spirits to get the most out of your crops. The latest spirit that I covered was yeah, I covered that article I think the day before yesterday or yesterday. Yeah, the lunar spirit, a planetary spirit from the Arbatel, is a perfect example of that. Should be able to help you like no other if you're a farmer, by increasing productivity and maximizing outputs, and to see to a most fertile crop, or a most fertile reaping as possible, okay? To basically see to a near perfect harvest. So will definitely be able to help you with that. And again, you name it.
Hello, how you doing? Huh?
Just ignore the ringtone. Lunar spirits in general, since the moon deals with foods for one, from an astrological perspective, will be able to help you with food related matters. If you have a restaurant, they can get you as many customers as possible. You name it, everything. You can also offer magical services for hire, like I do, via an appropriate medium. It doesn't have to be actual spiritual work, like summoning spirits the way I do. It could be via reading, divination, you name it, tarot card readings, and so on, okay, via an appropriate medium, like I said, the same way that I work on Fiverr. There are also plenty of other sites, Etsy, or just opening up your own website, you name it. All of these things, all of those things are on the table, okay. Even in psychology, if you wanted to become a psychologist or a psychiatrist, working with a spirit that specializes, like Hecate, for example, the pagan goddess Hecate, that specializes in clairvoyance, will definitely help you understand your patients better, and thereby lead to a better outcome in healing that person or giving that person peace of mind. Other examples are also, even if you're a doctor, healing physical afflictions. If you're an occultist on the side, okay, working with an entity that specializes in healing people, like Raphael, for example, the Archangel Raphael, will definitely help you to become a better doctor, or working with a spirit that deals with herbs and plants and medicines overall, like the spirit viewer, mercurial spirit, the goetic spirit viewer, for example, or Michael, the archangel Michael, you name it, or Raphael too. Raphael covers both of those topics, or both of those subject matters. Yeah, all of that is on the table. It will definitely help you to become a better doctor, you name it. It all depends on what your focus is and what you want to accomplish. Assuming that you want to make a good living off of it, a proper living, and that you want to make as much money as possible, a mundane job goes with that, and basically commission-based jobs where you sell as much as possible, and your focus will be to do just that, sell as much as possible. Again, there are plenty of Martian spirits, including my patron, that can help you if you're someone that's into physical action. If you either have a career in military forces, in the military forces, or police-based work, or security-based work, you name it. But no, in all honesty, that will make you more courageous and unafraid to deal with hectic situations. But it will not help you in making more money. So again, like I just said, it all depends on what your focus is and what you want to do as an occultist, okay? That's all.